So, marriage can be a trap, especially if it is combined with pregnancy, um, before or after. It can most certainly be a trap. Um, I have a friend who actually, she met her now husband when me and my ex met. So they've been together for 10 years now. We lost touch for, I don't know, a good 6 or 7 years, but I got back up with her whenever my relationship ended, because I was just looking for a connection. I didn't know she had, well, I know she had some kids. I didn't know she had 5. But anyways, my point is I ended up getting a lot of connection. They love me, and I loved hanging out with them. They're really cool. But it is 5 kids. And so my point, her husband works on the road, and he has always worked on the road. More recently, so she's always been home alone with the babies, always. More recently, they started their own business. It's a very successful business, and it's booming. But he's still on the road. He's doing the jobs with a team of guys, and she's at home doing like the paperwork side of it and being a mother of 5. At the time period when I was hanging out with her, it was like October to December of last year. The kids there were 5 from ages 3 months old to 6 years of age. Which means the whole time that we weren't hanging out, he kept her pregnant. Kept her pregnant the entire time. Like she even told me, she's like, I don't even remember what it's like to just be a single person that's not either pregnant or doing 800 things. What else? She would tell me that these are things she told him too, that she felt like a bird in a cage because she literally couldn't go anywhere a lot of the time because it was just her with the kids. She was deeply, deeply unhappy. She was always in survival mode. I ended up just going over and helping her because she needed help. Like, it was just so, like, you could not be standing in her house and not see that she needed help. Which is weird because the first day I went over there, and I saw a picture, first day I went over to see him, everything was like all calm and clear. It's like she was put on performance, and like the kids were quiet and they were sweet and nice. They were all like dressed and they were waiting at the table for me. But as I hung out more, I realized very quickly that is not the reality of it. And the reality of it is exactly what you would expect. I know she loves her kids and stuff, but she's going nuts. She probably still is, to be honest. So there's so much that happened with that, but I want to make a few points. As I was hanging out with her more often, and I was hanging out. Well, I was hanging out, and then she started paying me to help her. But I also had a full-time job at the time. So I was literally working 24/7. I was working my full-time job, and then I was going over to her house and working. I hate that we aren't friends still, but we talked about it because we had ended our friendship before over something silly, and so we were like, we're not gonna do this. And of course, the employee friendship thing that can always be difficult. We talked about it, and we're like, we're gonna do better this time, and even if the employee thing doesn't work out, we're not gonna separate again. We're not gonna like just quit being friends. Well, that's exactly what happened. She tried to talk to me as an employee all the time, like even when she wasn't paying me, and I told her quickly, I was like, nah, that's when I realized she was using me, because as soon as she knew that she couldn't use me by paying me anymore, she had no use for me. Like, she literally won't like answer a message, even if I were to ask to come see the kids or something. But that's not the point. I've been alone for a long time, and I've needed to. I've seen a lot of things. The real big point is that she's miserable. She's trapped. The business that he has, that she literally helps run, like, she puts them in rooms, Airbnb, she gets all that done, she does payroll, she takes care of the kids. She's miserable. And at one point, I remember her telling me, this is a big thing I remember her actually telling me that they were fighting over the phone about stuff, and he literally held it over. He was like, so what, do you want to be a single mother or something like that? And like, I remember in my mind, what I thought was, he's literally like comparing her, like making her compare like my life to hers, but kind of something like that. But like, he was just talking it down. He's like, so what you gonna do? Go out here and get a job on your own? How you gonna do it? And this and that. Like, he's holding it over her head that she's trapped there. I haven't talked to her in months, but he's probably still holding it over her head. Marriage can most certainly be a trap if you let it. I'm also sure that he cheats on her, because like, when their guys are out on the road working, they'll, like, one random time he sent her, or one of the guys put it on Instagram or something. It was like a short of them like being drunk in the room, and her husband was like stumbling around in his underwear. And I was like, why was he in his underwear? She was like, I don't know. Also, nothing's on that was my point earlier. Her name's not on any of the business. It's all on his. The phone bill, she can't see it. Nope. And I tried to tell her these things. I was like, girl, she's so blind that she feels trapped too. So yeah, just a little cautionary tale.